Good Thursday evening, December 12th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Washington State University's newest apple, WA64, officially has a name. The Wenatchee City Council has approved a grant agreement to design and build pedestrian and cyclist infrastructure on Bridge Street. Rain and snow showers throughout the day today, with an even bigger storm system moving our way on Friday. I'll have your local details coming up. A Bridgeport man will serve 6 months in drug treatment for his part in an August drive-by shooting. Last Thursday, 31-year-old Ruben Garcia Ramirez pleaded guilty in Douglas County Court to 2 counts of second-degree unlawful possession of a firearm, as well as aiming or discharging a firearm. Sheriff's deputies say he was one of 3 people involved in a shooting in the area of Richards Avenue and Highway 173. No one was injured. Another man, 28-year-old Rosendo Saucedo Jr. of Bridgeport, was sentenced in October to 54 months in prison. A third defendant still awaits trial. 2 Central Washington State senators will continue their leadership roles when the legislature returns to work next month. This week, Senate Republicans re-elected 7th District Senator Shelley Short to be their party floor leader, a post she held in the last legislative session. Senator Judy Warnick of the 13th District will also continue in her role as Republican caucus chair. The leadership positions put Warnick and Short in charge of heading up Senate GOP initiatives during the next legislative session, which starts January 13th. In the Washington House, Republicans chose a new leadership team. 12th District Representative Mike Steele of Chelan will no longer hold the role of Deputy Minority Leader. The House GOP instead gave that role to Chris Corey of Yakima.
Jefferson Robbins for NCWLIFE. The city of Chelan's Transportation Benefit District almost didn't become a reality, winning approval from voters in November by just a 5-vote margin. Chelan Mayor Aaron McCardle told the Chelan County Commissioners this week the 0.3% sales tax raised within the new district will first go to pay for studies of the town's transportation needs, as well as the growth and development of the entire Lake Chelan area.
This, honestly, for Chelan is the first time that we've had funding available to do long-range strategic planning around transportation. Looking at transportation needs around all of Lake Chelan, as well as all of the potential growth happening within Chelan, and looking at this in a 5, 10, 15-year view, not just a 3 to 5 year view of what transportation needs we have, and let that be the driving force behind projects that make sense. So we're doing our job to make sure we spend those transportation dollars strategically and in a way that's addressing the top needs of our community.
Washington State University's newest apple, WA64, officially has a name. After receiving 15,000 name entries during an online contest that closed in May, WA64 is now named Sunflare. Contest winner Ryan Escarcega from Centralia received a box of Sunflare apples and other Washington State University-themed prizes, and he said in a WSU press release that he was inspired by the apple's bright colors when thinking of a name. Sunflares, which have a pink blush over a yellow background, are a cross between a Honeycrisp and Pink Lady, and was developed at the WSU Treat Fruit Research Center in Wenatchee. Sunflare apples will reach grocery stores in 2029. When we come back, 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schrier has insured $9 million for a Chelan reservoir project. She's ensuring it's included in a major funding bill headed for the president's desk. And Douglas County's 3 elected commissioners spent this week in the other Washington working to secure federal transportation dollars. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Mates do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Mates has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Enjoy a simpler time and place where the holidays bring family and friends closer together. Chelan Cellars and Sorrento's Restaurante on the shores of Lake Chelan. Join us this holiday season.
Come on up to the Winter Wonderland at Tipsy Canyon Winery. Thursdays feature live music, bonfires, spectacular lights, cozy vibes, and that now famous view. Add award-winning wines and you've got it all right here. You've arrived in Tipsy Canyon country.
8th District Congresswoman Kim Schrier has insured $9 million for a Chelan reservoir project is included in a major funding bill headed for the president's desk. The city of Chelan currently relies on booster pump stations to distribute water, and a failed pump could cause disruptions for firefighters and residents. Schrier's amendment in the 2024 Water Resources Development Act sets aside money for the design and construction of the proposed East Chelan water reservoir to shore up the city's residential and firefighting needs. The authorization is a prerequisite for future funding from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. The Wenatchee City Council has approved a grant agreement to design and build pedestrian and cyclist infrastructure on Bridge Street. It's part of an ongoing project to improve access to the Apple Capitol Loop Trail for South Wenatchee neighborhoods. Bridge Street between South Wenatchee Avenue and Columbia would become a one-way auto route with a two-way bike lane. Planned improvements include a new pedestrian bridge over the railroad tracks to join the W.T. Clark Pipeline Bridge, which carries foot and bicycle traffic across the Columbia River. The project makes use of $1.26 million state transportation grant with a $315,000 match from the city. Douglas County's 3 elected commissioners spent this week in the other Washington working to secure federal transportation dollars. Their focus was on funding for the Wenatchee Landing development and the infrastructure needed to connect it to Highway 97. Commissioners Dan Sutton, Mark Straub, and Kyle Steinberg met with leaders at the U.S. Department of Transportation, as well as Washington Congressman Rock Larson, ranking member of the House Transportation Committee. They say the meetings were productive and they'll continue to work to make sure Wenatchee Landing gets further funding attention. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will introduce you to Gus Gus, not your typical animal up for adoption at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. An even bigger, wetter storm system will move our way tomorrow and into Saturday. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Are you a good listener? Do you stay curious when exploring conflicts? Can you manage emotions in stressful situations? Do you want to help people create solutions that work for each person's needs, lives, and culture? We need people like you to learn to be volunteer mediators, and we're here to help. Contact your local dispute resolution center to discuss your interests and learn about training opportunities.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Our weekly Pause for Pets feature normally spotlights the dogs and cats being sheltered at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. But this week, our partners there drew our attention to a much smaller pet in need of a good home. Meet the curious guinea pig fondly known as Gus Gus.
Pause for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center.
We are here with Gus Gus at the Humane Society. He is our 2-year-old guinea pig. He's our pet of the week. Gus Gus came into us as an owner surrender with his brother Hershey, who unfortunately living situations just didn't work out and weren't able to be housed. So they came to us in hopes to find a new home. Gus Gus is extremely friendly. He is extremely social and loves to play in your hair. Likes to nibble on your clothing in the most playful way possible. Gus Gus has been super socialized his entire life, you can tell. Guinea pigs are better off in pairs. Usually they tend to get a little bored on their own. So I do recommend getting two. Mr. Gus Gus is currently not housed with his brother because they were having some maturity issues. But we're looking for a good home for him. He likes to play with little cat balls that have bells in it, as well as eating some carrots, and he loves spinach and all that good stuff. Gus Gus has been acclimated to children. It sounds like he has been with children of all ages. Did great with them. It does sound like he is not too fond of baths, which that's okay. Generally, guinea pigs will clean themselves just fine. His favorite snack is cucumbers, which, who doesn't love cucumbers? So if you are interested in adopting him, Mr. Gus Gus his adoption fee is $25. I think he would make a great addition to your home.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Thursday. Boy, the way it looked this morning at times that we might pick up some accumulated snow. Kind of stayed on the lawn and grassy areas around our area, at least in the valley, and then turned into kind of a wet snow and rain and disappeared. Higher elevations, of course, a little better accumulation, and not just up in Lake Wenatchee, but also Wenatchee Heights, Stamilt Hill area. Picked up a couple of inches of snow, but a beautiful shot up at Lake Wenatchee this afternoon. Here's what we can expect as we move through the rest of our evening and into the early morning hours of Friday. We're pretty much right here in this dry spot throughout our map, and maybe an inch, probably less here in the Wenatchee area. I'll tell you, the real snow will be over into the eastern part of the state and panhandle of Idaho. However, as we move into Friday and right through Saturday until 4 p.m. on Sunday, things look a little bit different. Blewett Pass, 2 to 3 inches of snow. Plain could pick up 2 to 3 inches. Also Omak, a couple inches of snow on the ground. But I think for the Wenatchee Valley, a lot like we saw today, but more of it as we get to Friday night and into Saturday. We'll talk more about that coming up in a bit. But unofficial high today, 35 degrees, 1 degree above where we should be for this time of year at 34. Our record 50 degrees, and that was set in 1995. 31 this morning, 25 is our normal low temperature. A very chilly 6 degrees, our record low, and that was set in 1972. We only picked up 1/100th of an inch of precipitation from all of that messiness this morning. Gets us to 6.06 for the year, but we're approaching again almost an inch behind where we should be for this time of year. Sunrise 7:40 and the sun set this afternoon at 4:10. For your Friday temperature, temperatures. Things will be steady as they go once again. In fact, I think I changed 2 of these temperatures for our map today. 36 for Moses Lake and Ephrata tomorrow, 35 in Quincy, 34 from Wenatchee all the way up into Omak, 30 for Lake Wenatchee, 32 in Leavenworth, and 33 the high temperature tomorrow for you folks in Kashmir. Taking a look at tonight, we can expect mostly cloudy skies. Here's our weather maker, and it's bringing some clouds and moisture into the state. Not a whole lot. Most of that, as I mentioned, will be in the panhandle of Idaho and into western Montana. So fair tonight with lows around 30. For Friday, that low moves just a little bit to the north, and that'll be enough to really bring us some rain and snow. This is in the afternoon. It actually fills in as we get into our Friday evening. 80% chance of the wet stuff. High temperatures on Friday in the mid-30s. For your Saturday and getting you into the upcoming weekend, we expect cloudy skies, a 40% chance that we'll see some rain and snow. I think most of it will be in western Washington on Saturday. High temperatures very consistent once again into the mid-30s. And then a break from all of the clouds and wet weather on Sunday. Mostly sunny and dry. High temperatures again holding steady in those mid-30s. Getting you into Monday. Little tiny area of low pressure off the coast. That'll bring us some clouds and a decent chance for some showers, a 40% chance of rain and snow. I think you folks up in Omak and the Waterville area, a little better chance on Monday. Highs again about like they should be into the mid-30s. For your Tuesday, how about this? Sunny skies throughout most of north central Washington on Tuesday. And we're going to warm up just a little bit too, with temperatures climbing into the upper 30s on Tuesday. And by the end of our forecast on Wednesday, area of low pressure slides across British Columbia. That'll drag a cold front with us and with it and some shower activity. At least a 30% chance of rain and snow on Wednesday, with highs again fairly mild for this time of year in the mid to upper 30s. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, 30 overnight tonight, and then kind of a wet period Friday into Saturday, especially Friday afternoon, Friday night into Saturday morning. 34 is the highs both days, 36 with mostly sunny skies on Sunday. And then kind of a mixed bag as we get you into next week. A chance for rain and snow Monday, sunny skies Tuesday, with once again a chance for rain and snow in the forecast as we get to Wednesday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
A good Tuesday to you. The Seattle Kraken are back at it in the NHL play tonight. The Boston Bruins are in town to face off at Climate Pledge Arena. The puck drops at 7 o'clock on Kong TV. Seahawks continue preparing to face the Packers on Sunday Night Football this week. Running back Kenneth Walker was out last week with a strained calf muscle. Coach Mike McDonald was asked about his status in yesterday's press conference.
He's still day-to-day right now. I wouldn't say a lot more. It got more kind of complicated as the week went on, so that's why we had to do some more tests and stuff. But right now, there's positive signs, and so we'll just say day to day. I think is fair, but it's not long term. I would like to see him at some point, but I wouldn't say that would exclude him from playing.
The Packers are 9-4 coming into Sunday's matchup and have found large measures of success offensively behind quarterback Jordan Love. McDonald says he provides plenty of problems for Seattle's defense.
Well, first thing is just like his deep area accuracy is really impressive. His arm talent's really good. He's just got a really good control of their system, operates their offense really well, plays decisive. I think how he extends plays and still gets the ball down the field even when pressured is pretty dang good as well. So it's the first time really being exposed to him on like multiple games and stuff. So he's a really good player.
DK Metcalf has been doing much more than catching passes and scoring touchdowns this season. Geno Smith says that's a large result of opposing defenses putting 2 or 3 guys on the wide receiver.
Yeah, it goes back to when he was a rookie. We both got here at the same time, and I had been around the league for a while, seen a bunch of receivers, and I told him, man, if they don't cloud you, you're the X. If they don't double you, you're not reaching your full potential. And sure enough, man, he's right there. I mean, no team that we faced is just going to leave him one-on-one. And I think it's a gift and a curse, because you want to throw him the ball as much as you can. You want to give him the ball, but you also realize that you can't force it. And so when defenses are loading up and they're putting 2 and 3 guys on the backside for him, it just creates more numbers to the front side for us.
DK says he's all about winning and not personal stats.
I just look at it as a sign of respect that I've gained from other DCs, and just continue to do my job, whether it's blocking or being a decoy. The ball is going to find me, one play or another. But if it doesn't, at least we get the dub. And, that's all that matters in this league is winning and to continue to win. And if you continue to win, you stay relevant. So, I'm just holding on and just continuing to do my job. If the stats don't say so, then, so be it. At least we get to win.
Seattle and Green Bay kick off at Lumen Field Sunday at 5:25. That'll be on Sunday Night Football on NBC. Moses Lake swept girls and boys Big 9 wrestling matches last night at Eastmont. Of the 10 bouts wrestled, the Maverick ladies earned 9 pins in 9 matches in a 60-24 victory. On the boys' side, Eastmont knew going in they were giving up points and forfeits in 3 matches. Early, they made up for it with back-to-back-to-back pins. I was alongside my dad, Dave Granstrom, for the call here on the NCWLIFE channel.
And we're going to get a throw. You got to be careful. And it is Nygaard that gets the takedown and will get some near fall points.
What a counter. What a counter.
That's all about weight distribution and power right there.
Right.
It's simply said. So it's Nygaard that has the near fall points right now on Brosnahan, and he's looking to finish this one up early for Eastmont. We talked about how Eastmont has 3 forfeits tonight, so they're going to have to make up those points somehow, and they do here with 6 points in a pin for Nygaard.
For what?
Well, that was back when he had the
all right.
15-1 now, and a pin. So Garcia apparently ran out of gas there, and Mercado will pick up the pin for Eastmont. Meanwhile, it'll be near fall points, if not a pin here for Dax Dixon. He's got him, and it'll be 57 seconds into the match. So right there, in 3 matches, Eastmont has made up for their forfeits that'll come later in the night. 10 seconds left in the match.
I think it's about done.
Yeah, just trying to figure out what to do with this guy on top of him, and I don't think he's going to get that solved, and he will not. 5-1 is the final decision here in favor of the Moses Lake wrestler. I don't know how they could fit anymore.
That's just what I was going to say. The whole floor is nothing but mat.
Throw attempt by Curry, but this could come back to haunt him here.
Yep,
a takedown by Anderson, and now Anderson trying to finish the job. And
got a reverse half on him.
It's an interesting half that he's got. Officials got to watch the breathing of Curry, and it's going to be a pin. Kalunga with a single leg, and he will cover. And he might go directly from the takedown to a pinning move here. 15 seconds left in the round. Kalunga's got the half in, will reverse it, and looking for the pin.
Oh, he's got it. Oh, going to run out of time, Eric.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and he got it just before.
Whoa, 4/10 of a second.
4/10 of a second left in the first round, and Ricky Ricardo comes up with the pin here for Eastmont as they start the third and final round. This is going to be interesting to see how this one rolls out. And roll on is rolled to his back.
Well,
by Garza.
He threw his arm right up over his back and gave it to him.
And just like that, it'll be a pin for Ian Garza. That's spending a lot of energy, too, just to try to stay alive. Absolutely. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Can he do it for 5, for 4? No, he can't. That is the match. As Naranjo comes up with the pin. Looking for a win, looking to give Moses Lake another 16 points possibly. He's got that reverse half in well. 9 seconds left in the round. Can Cervantes stay alive? With 3, with 2, with 1, and he got the pin again with no time left on the clock. And Vivanco tried to counter it, but ends up helping him out a little bit here, and he's in danger of getting pinned.
He tried to roll through, but he got caught halfway.
Didn't roll all the way, and that's going to be the match.
Dang.
7 seconds left here in round number 1. And more tip points here for Anderson coming up if he doesn't pin him, and he does. Again, with 5/10 of a second left, Moses Lake beat the clock here tonight. Aside
that's
from
good term.
Winning the match, as Anderson will get the win at 159 in the first round, and 57-30 is our final score. Also last night, Toppenish swept its matches in Quincy against the Jackrabbits, and Toppenish not giving up a single point. Quincy down East Valley 57-18. On tap tonight, Cascade, Chelan, and Connell are in Wapato. Ellensburg's hosting Ephrata. Wenatchee opens up Big 9 Wrestling at Eisenhower. There were 2 prep basketball games played in North Central Washington last night. The Cascade girls beat Omak 54-40. The Omak boys countered with a 90-49 win over the Kodiaks. On the courts tonight, Pateros girls hosting Soap Lake. The Manson girls play at Entiat. Pateros boys host Soap Lake tonight at 7:30. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. When you have a second, we'd love for you to take our online survey about NCWLIFE news and programming. Your responses will help us better serve the North Central Washington community. You can find that survey on our website at ncwlife.com. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.